Thank you so much for joining my channel. Today, we're going to see how we can heal a shoulder pain with yoga. Let's do it.
We're going to go into the shoulders now. And I know myself being an athlete, I've had rotator cuff issues, and people experience a lot of pain and injuries in their rotator cuffs. So I have found these to be helpful in care for my shoulders. Um, for your posture, you can be seated this way or on a chair, whichever's comfortable for you. The most important part is that your spine is elevated and you're not working too hard to stay that way. Um, so hands are going to rest to your thighs. We're going to take a deep breath in and rolling your shoulders forward and then up towards your ears. And then exhale, roll your shoulder blades together and down your back. So with your breath, inhale forward and up, and exhale together and down. We'll take some nice big rotations, rolling forward and up, using that breath, and exhaling down. So this type of movement is a therapeutic yoga practice. Just if you're looking to reference it in other areas. Let's switch that direction. So you're going to inhale your shoulders back and up, and then exhale forward and down. So inhale back and up, and exhale forward and down. If you were a swimmer, it's the same motion as butterfly that we're doing. Good. So coming into neutral now, you're going to interlace your hands behind your low back. If you have a back seat in the chair that you're in, you can reach around and take a hold of it. You just need to sit forward in the chair. So take a hold of the back of the chair, or you're interlacing your hands behind your low back. You're going to roll your shoulders back and extend your arms towards the floor. So you're going to feel a little bit of a back bend in the upper back, and we're focusing on breathing into the upper pectorals. So a nice deep breath into the upper chest. And exhale out. Good. Take a few more breaths like that and really draw that breath up nice and high. This helps us to start to counter the rounding that we experience when we're at computers, driving, all this forward movement. Even for nursing mothers, it's this rounding, and these pectoral muscles get shorter, and we actually overstretch our upper back. So you take just one more breath here. Good. And then go ahead and release. Maybe give your arms a little shake out. Perfect. So now we're going to come into all fours. So, and just be comfortable on the floor. You might want some padding for your knees if they're sensitive. But in all fours, take a moment to sway a little bit from side to side. And we're going to come into a pose that's called Thread the Needle. This is a great stretch for the upper shoulder blades and also the side of the neck. If you have an injury, start on the opposite side. So you want to start on the side that is not injured first. So go ahead and breathe, one arm up to the sky. Take a nice big stretch. And then as you exhale, you're going to thread that arm underneath and lower your head down to the floor. So as you bring your cheek down to the floor, this other arm, so this is my left arm now, is going to come up above the crown of my head. I'm using this for leverage. So I'm going to press into the floor with this hand, take a breath in, and as I exhale, I'm going to start to rotate, looking up towards the sky. So it's okay if your head does not rotate up towards the ceiling, that's fine. You can keep it in neutral, but you're going to keep breathing here, pressing the back of your right arm into the floor. And this is a really nice stretch as well as through the shoulder, but through the thoracic spine and the mid-back. So let's take a couple more breaths here. Really feel that full expansion through your rib cage. And then as you press into the left hand, that top arm, unthread, come back into a tabletop. You might feel a little fragile or just vulnerable after a deep stretch like that. So pause for a moment, and then we'll take a couple cat-cows to release that. So inhale, lift your chest, lift your tailbone. Exhaling out, rounding your back just like a cat. Tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. Inhale to cow pose. And exhaling to cat. Good. So as you come back into neutral, we'll take the second side here. So inhaling, you'll reach that left arm up. If there's anywhere that the shoulder gets caught, you might only come halfway. So again, really listen to your body. As you exhale, you're going to thread that left arm through. Bring your left cheek to the floor, and then walk your right hand up above the crown of your head. So as you press into your right hand, see that my elbow is pointing up towards the ceiling. I'm going to take a breath in, and then exhaling, I'll start to rotate towards the back of my skull. And so this does require, the mobility through the spine. If that's not there, it's perfectly fine. Your head is going to stay in neutral. And you're working on pressing that right hand down and rolling the right shoulder open, and then breathing here through your ribs. The back of this straight arm is pressing down into the floor. And one more breath. Good. Press into this top hand to unwind. Take your time, move slowly. Come back into tabletop, pause, integrate, and then take a couple more cat-cows. Inhaling cow pose, exhaling cat pose. Really expand up through your shoulder blades. You're pressing the floor away from you as you round your back. Good job. And then come on back into neutral. So from here, we're going to come down to our bellies. And I'll show you first. So you want to go with the same philosophy. You want to, if there is an injured side, you want to start on the side that's not injured first. So I'm going to show you here with my right arm out to the side. And you might not see my hand, but my right arm is going to be at the height of my shoulder. So we want to make sure it doesn't drop down, but keep it right in line here with the shoulder. My right cheek is going to come to the floor, and then my left elbow is bent, and the left hand comes to the floor. Go ahead and slide your left knee up. So we've got the pelvis stabilized. You're really supported with the knee. And as I press my left hand into the floor, I'm going to start to rotate that left shoulder open, and then inch your right hand further away from your body. So you're breathing here the full length from the upper right shoulder, the inner shoulder, all the way out through your arm. So for those that have any instability or issues through the spine, you'll want to stay right here. If you have a bit more mobility through your spine and in the shoulder, you can stack your legs. So you'll bring that top leg on top of the bottom, and my hips are going to start to rotate open. I'm still pressing into my left hand, and my head is relaxed to the floor. And then last position, continuing to rotate the pelvis up. This top knee is going to bend, the foot comes to the mat, and this really starts to rotate the pelvis up. So this is a pretty deep rotation through your spine, a really good stretch through the right shoulder and arm. And as always, you want to be working with your breath, relaxed through your face. To make your way out, you reverse the way out. So straighten the legs, roll back onto your belly. Pause for a moment so you can center yourself. Arms might come by the sides, and just feel the effects of that stretch. And then we'll take it on the other side. So you can see the position of my leg here. I'm going to bring my left arm straight out to the side. It's at the height of my shoulder, so not letting it drop down. My right hand comes in beside my chest, and then I'm going to slide this right knee up. So we're in a half frog pose. The pelvis and spine are fully supported. When I press into my right hand, I'm rolling this right shoulder open, and my head stays resting to the floor the whole time. So we'll take a few breaths. And when you get into those pockets of tension around the shoulders, you might be squinting your face or clenching your jaw, and try to relax the face. So keep your jaw relaxed. Good. So you might stay right here. This is a really stable position. If you want to deepen it, and if that mobility is there, straighten your legs and breathe. And again, you're using your breath to guide you, so there's no forcing, there's no pushing. If you want to bend that top knee, bringing the foot to the floor, it'll start to rotate the pelvis up. If you've gone too far, you can always back out. So we'll take just another breath or two here. And when you're ready, go ahead and roll back down to your belly. And you can pause, take a moment, maybe hands under your head or down by your sides. A deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good, and then the last posture for the chest and shoulders, you'll want to take a blanket. And this blanket is rolled, starts at about a square, and then I've rolled it again into thirds. And this is going to come just underneath my shoulder blades. This is one of my favorite postures for countering that rolling forward of the shoulders. It's a beautiful chest shoulder opener. So this is just below my shoulder blades. I want to be able to bring my shoulders to the floor. So my shoulders and my head rest comfortably. If they're not, if they're lifted up, bring another blanket underneath your head. It'll just be a flatter, but you want that support there. So now my arms come back in a goalpost shape. My feet are flat to the floor, so you have support in the lumbar spine. You can either take this goalpost shape, or you can send your arms straight out to the sides, and then let the upper body relax. And really let the breath fill into the rib cage. So let the rib cage expand. Your shoulders drop back. You're using the gravity and your breath to do the work here. The rest of you is relaxing. And you can stay here for as long as you'd like. This is a beautiful posture to take for 5, even 10 minutes. Really work with your breath. It's beautiful at the end of the day to start to calm. When you're ready to make your way out, roll to your side, pause for a moment, and then go ahead and press up to seated. Excellent. So hopefully you're feeling much more open in your shoulders, neck, chest. You can breathe more fully. And thank you.
I hope you've learned something. Thank you so much for following me. And don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned, and I will see you soon.